Hi, how's everybody doing? Today we're going to take a look at the SPL Vitalizer plugin. I got this one from Plugin Alliance. Right now it's $200 on their website. I did not pay that much for it. I think it was on sale and I kind of jumped on it. It was one of those like, you know, $80 normally costs $200 and I'm like, well, why not? You know, sometimes plugins, you can kind of go down that rabbit hole of just feeling like you need everything when you really don't. But at any rate, this is a cool one that I think falls into kind of the same category as the Type A, which is another plugin that I recently did a review video for. That it's, you know, kind of smoke and mirrors. You know, it's one of those, you know, it's a harmonic enhancer or whatever it might be. But I do think they're cool, and I do think it serves a purpose, especially in the digital realm of things. The hardware unit of this I saw is like $1,200. So, man, that's expensive. So I guess comparatively, the $200 plugin is pretty reasonable. But at any rate, the overview of this is absolutely hilarious on their website. I'm just going to read it from the beginning. It says, by applying psychoacoustic and audiometric principles, the Vitalizer achieves a verifiable enhancement in sonic quality. I mean, what does that even... What are these knobs doing? I don't, you know, so it's a whole lot of fancy stuff. It's definitely doing something, but it's a whole bunch of fancy stuff that I don't really actually understand as far as the technicality about what each knob does. But I can talk a little bit about some of the things that I really like about it. This bass knob, which affects the low end, so soft to tight, 0 has basically no effect. A compressor, which I have going a little bit. This process, which is like high end, intensity, which I actually don't remember what that does. The stereo expander, which is very cool. This is awesome on stereo buses. Like if you've got you know, hard pan left and right, rock guitar, a little bit of this can be cool. Can just give it that extra width, or like maybe on like a stereo pad, or maybe even on like a delay. You know, putting it over here on the delay might be kind of cool. For this little track, all I have it is on my master fader. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to hit play, and then I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to turn it on, so you can kind of hear what I have it doing and how it's affecting this little track. I'm kind of using this, it's most obvious in sort of conjunction with the Type A. So I'll play it again. I'm going to turn them both off, and you'll really hear a huge difference. I think both of these are working together in kind of a cool way that I really like. You know, so they're kind of similar in my brain, at least, as far as how they're sort of adding some vibe. Definitely, obviously, brightness, top end. The stereo expander, I think, is really cool. Now, one of the cool things about this is that you can have a bunch of different settings, like right here, and just toggle between them. So right now, A is obviously all the settings that I had, and then B, C, and D right now are just flat nothing. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play on it, and I'm just going to kind of mess around with the bass process specifically, so you can kind of hear what that is doing. I'm just going to turn the process amount up like a little bit. As I start to really drive it to the extreme settings, it's probably going to distort a little, so whatever. So if you can kind of hear what it's doing, the way that I was using it was just kind of pushing up a little bit the tightness, and I had a little bit of the compression just where the gain reduction light was starting to flash every once in a while, with it mixed in real subtle. It's a mastering chain effect right now, so it shouldn't be like in your face. So next we'll take a listen to kind of this other EQ section over here, and I'll just kind of do the same thing and play around with the knob so you can hear the difference. So the way that I was using it was just very subtle, a little bit of a boost. That's it. Nothing too crazy. Now last is going to be that stereo expander. This is one of the reasons why I really wanted it. Sometimes you just feel like you want to push your mix wider. You want a little bit of extra kind of width. And there's different ways you could do that with like mid-side processing. But, this is kind of simpler in a way. And so I'll do kind of the same thing. I'm going to play and then just play around with the knob. So obviously at the more extreme settings, it sounds, kind of bad. There's starting to be sort of weird phasing happening as the different stereo tracks start to, interact with each other. So this is one where like a little bit will go a long way. I have it cranked up actually more than I thought I would have, but again, same sort of thing. It's just providing a little extra width. I like what it's doing to the reverbs and delays and all that. So that is the Vitalizer by the SPL Vitalizer. I think for $200, nah, it's a little too much. But I know I didn't pay $200 for it. I don't remember what I paid, but it was not $200. So for what I paid for it, I think it's cool. It's one thing I like to use, like I said, on guitars sometimes, or on a keyboard part, give it that extra width, or in the mastering chain. Kind of in conjunction with the Type A. I feel like there's a lot of cool sort of brightness happening there in a way that is more different than just slapping an EQ on it, even a mid-side EQ and doing different things. I feel like it's really cool. So thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you liked it. Please hit like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Helps the channel continue to grow. Take it easy. Have a good day.